How microtransactions destroy Plants vs. Zombies by SunnyV2. The funny part is, I played a lot of Plants vs. Zombies back in the day. I did. I stopped a while ago. I don't know what they did with the entire franchise. They literally, I don't know, turned it also like into like a hero shooter type of thing. It's really weird where that franchise is going. We'll just see what it's going on.
One was truly video game perfection. Reviewers couldn't find even one thing wrong with its simple addictive gameplay. Compare this to the recent Plants vs Zombies 3, which people have called a game that straight up comes from a garbage can, in which watching 30-second ads
30-second ads for double coin rewards is more fun than the game itself. Because the ads are really cringe. Like, those mobile game ads are horrid. Plants vs Zombies 2 fucking got fucked. Yeah.
for double coin rewards is more fun than the game itself. Let's explore how Plants vs Zombies eventually lost its way from an amazing tower defense game fall into the extremely predatory mobile game landscape. Firstly, what made the original so damn good? At a price of just $2.99.
But that happens with a lot of franchises. Tales of Symphonia had, like, not Tales of Symphonia, but the Tales series, for example, had, like, 4 mobile games, right? 4 gacha games. They're all dead. All end of servers. Easily. Because they simply, first of all, the market is not there. So they make easy cash grabs out there. That's just what it is.
$99 in the App Store, with no ads or extra in-game purchases, Plants vs Zombies 1 was simply amazing value. The easy first level gets players addicted immediately.
In just one level, the game already indoctrinates you into its gameplay cycle flawlessly, and in a fun way.
With one 5-star review writing, I won't say that the game is a cakewalk, but it isn't particularly challenging either. Still, the game offers enough mental stimulation that I never once grew bored. This is due to the game's incredible variety, offering loads of different plants, zombies, and music, with comments stating the soundtrack alone is enough to make you want the game. This makes it so entrancing that people can play for hours, which led to crazy
30 hours? I mean, I couldn't play a game for... I mean, yeah. But, yeah, okay. 30 hours is a lot for a simple game like that, I guess. I mean, I maxed out Pokemon save filed, so yeah, maybe not.
Easy commercial success. In addition to almost perfect professional reviews, Plants vs Zombies became the highest rated App Store product, having sold more than 300,000 copies in its first 9 days available, a new App Store launch record. Developers expanded the game to 13 other platforms, creating so much success for PopCap Games they'd be bought by EA for $600.
Ooh, oh no. They bought it. EA bought it. Yeah, that explains it. That explains it. Never mind, that explains it.
150 million. Yep, EA. The company was such an extreme reputation for greed, there's an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to criticism of the company. People have called their use of microtransactions a plague, which sadly began to infect Plants vs Zombies, because on the 15th of August 2013, Plants vs Zombies 2 came out, with one key difference compared to the first.
Microtransactions, because EA. How could you let your beloved game get bought by EA? How is that a thing? Why would you do that?
PopCap found a way to cram this game with as many in-app purchases and microtransactions as humanly possible, to the point where it's too much of a hindrance for me to actually enjoy the game.
Plants vs Zombies 2 features microtransactions. Unlike in the previous entries to the series, new plants can be purchased with real money, as well as upgrades and coins. These items can also be bought in bundles to save some money. Certain plants could only be accessed using cold hard cash, and while coins could be
like, okay, microtransactions, right? I'm not fully against them. There are microtransactions that are okay. Like, I'm okay with, like, I'm okay with microtransactions that speed up the process in combination with you being able to farm the stuff as you could buy it. Just that it would take longer, not like a hilariously long grind, like similar to what Warframe does. Warframe does a pretty good job.
Be naturally earned in-game, you could pay up to $52 to instantly unlock them. The Pirate Seas and Wild West levels can also be unlocked without earning all of the required stars. They cost $5.49 each to instantly access. More controversial for whatever reason was the game's new art style. People argued that every single character looked to be designed by a totally different person, each of whom had their own way of drawing. There's full videos dedicated to the poorly designed plans, with the excessive
that is a downgrade. That is certainly a downgrade. The first one looks better.
Discussion about this flaw being a meme within the community. This was because they'd hired a whole new team of designers and under suspicious circumstances fired George Fan, who designed PvZ1 all by himself. Well, an article later confirmed EA fired Plants vs Zombies creator.
They fired him because he didn't want microtransactions in his sequel? Motherfuckers.
For refusing microtransactions in sequel, explaining that George had lost his job as he didn't agree with the pay-to-win model. He'd partially confirmed this by tweeting, regarding recent rumors, it is true I was laid off by EA/PopCap, and also true that I was against making PvZ2 a freemium game. That's all I'll say on the matter for now. Sure do miss paying for a game once, and unlocking cool things by actually, you know, playing that game. You and me both, man. These elements led to videos claiming Plants vs Zombies 1 is better than Plants vs Zombies 2, but that's not to say that the second game was awful. It featured so many different plants it's hard to even count them, and offered 312 levels compared to just 50 in PvZ1. These PvZ2 levels were each set at varying levels of difficulty, better serving a wider range of players. The second game therefore also received amazing feedback, with critics stating the game is just as enjoyable without spending a dime, and that you'll only need to pay if you're exceptionally impatient, or just
I guess, maybe?
not very good at these kind of games. The microtransaction model also meant the game was totally free, leading to 25 million downloads in the first 2 weeks, more than PvZ1 had achieved in 4 years. In fact, according to Hey I'm Jay, for every dollar the original was making, PvZ2 made 26,000.
Good God. Well, it's at least money-wise the more successful game, but still, I played PvZ2 a lot back in the day. You could enjoy it without buying any of the plans. I guess then it's still fine, but still, I don't like the idea of exclusive content being hidden behind the paywall. Make it available. Make it grindy in my. I don't care, but at least like make it so that I can at least get it even if I don't pay.
They'd therefore make the original free for every player, although this meant people would be paying with their time.
It's free now, which naturally means that the game absolutely bombards you with ads. God, I love mobile games. There are ads before and after levels now, and even during, where the game tries to distract you as much as possible to watch a video for an extra item.
Before every level you have to watch an unskippable ad, then sit there.
I'll be real. I would just throw that game into Lucky Patcher and patch the ads out. There would no longer be any ads. At least no ads that would stop you.
Prompted to download what you watched. At the end of every level, you're forced to briefly play a different mobile game, with the hope that you'll download it later. Items can be earned by watching further ads, which are even served to those who initially paid for the game. You could say it's even more annoying than the microtransaction model, which was earning so much money for PvZ2 that start to build Plants vs Zombies 3. In the meantime, developers took a detour and put out Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. This third-person shooter was certainly different, but extremely well received, achieving consistent reviews of 7 out of 10 or higher. Garden Warfare was
I mean, back then it was okay, but 7 out of 10 now is just mid, unfortunately, thanks to ratings. But I do hate how they changed the plans I loved in PvZ1. Yeah, I mean, they did fire the guy that designed everything by himself. The guy never played PvZ, never really liked it. That's okay. That's okay.
Surprisingly amazing. I remember spending definitely over 500 hours grinding it as a kid. They'd therefore released Garden Warfare 2, which was even more successful than the first, confirming the third-person shooter style was perfect for the series. So when they'd announced what was basically Garden Warfare 3, developers likely expected another successful title. It was called Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, which featured an epic trailer in 2019, gaining over 15 million views from super excited fans, but with people eventually stating,
"This whole trailer was fantastic and I love it. Too bad I love the trailer more than the game."
The game was a total flop. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville is one of the worst games you've never heard of. Extensive posts like this called it a complete and utter disaster in almost every way, and
I've never even heard of this one. Like, I've heard of Plants vs Zombies 1, 2, Garden Warfare 2. But I've never heard of this one. That's new. I saw some guy compare some of the characters in Garden Warfare to some Marvel Rivals characters. I guess that works. Probably. I don't know.
and one of, if not the worst multiplayer game I have played in 2019. It referenced problems such as bugs and graphical errors, textures and map design are absolutely horrible, whilst the characters all control awfully and feel very unenergetic, since the sound design is absolutely garbage. Then, of course, there were the microtransactions.
These need to be unlocked, and the way you unlock these characters is through a specific challenge called giving EA $30. But the game already costs
A specific challenge. Give EA $30.
$30 to buy, and you expect players to spend that twice in order to play the new characters?
As mentioned, the game already cost $40, but demanded an extra $30 to unlock every character, which could be unlocked by grinding the game, but would take about 3 months to earn one costume. Players therefore dismissed the game completely, writing, "As a player who played the 2 previous games of this one, I can say that this game is a joke on the Plants vs Zombies franchise. Bad graphics, boring gameplay, boring characters. Compared to Garden Warfare 1 and 2, this game is very bad. They'd therefore stop updating it after only 11 months, leading to comments like, 'It is so sad how fast this game died. If it had a little more time to develop and didn't have microtransactions, then it would have never disappeared.' But apparently the franchise didn't learn their lesson, as during that very
Game number 3. Something bad happening to Garden Warfare 2.
same year, Plants vs Zombies 3 was nearing completion. That had 7 full years since PvZ2, setting high expectations for PvZ3. However, when the first bit of gameplay was posted to YouTube,
What? Huh? What happened here?
people instantly disliked it. PvZ1 skill, PvZ2 wallet, PvZ3 won't download it. Why? For starters, the game was now in portrait, which to be honest was probably more convenient, but at the same time it looked extremely weird. The lawn is literally horizontal. Why? Why is the display vertical? The game had also gone from 2D to 3D and had another change in art style, prompting memes such as this. It is evolving just backwards.
Like, this looks better than this. But I think this also kind of looks better than this. Like, this looks at least more... The head does look more... Like, the head does look more intriguing. I don't know.
The new pea shooter model looked absolutely awful, which sadly couldn't be upgraded through microtransactions. With videos like Plants vs Zombies 3 is mechanically broken, gaining over 2 million views, PvZ3 was taken off the App Store. They'd re-release it 1 year later, to which people said compared to the alpha this looks great, however again it still wasn't good enough. This happened again in 2022, then again in 2024, receiving the same feedback at every single point. The game was simply boring.
There is
Releases. Unreleases. Releases. Unreleases. Releases. Unreleases. What Like, at that point, the game is just dead. Like, how often will you really release it? Like, you're not getting the effect you wanted because you fucked up with the second game. Like, what? 2013 is still nice, it's cute, but 2022 they wanted to get the game to die. Either that or I don't know. Like, I like the head. Like, I like the textures, I guess.
There's just nothing to do in this game, man, besides grind the stupid main quest that just sucks. 90-something levels of doing the same thing over and over and over is so boring.
I've just spent 3 hours playing the 4th beta of PvZ3, and I gotta say, how does EA get away with this? The game is 10,000% dumbed down, no more collecting plants, no more input on plant choosing, sun is now worth 1 and plants cost 1 to 5 plus, animations feel capped at 10 FPS, gameplay feels unfun. Others complained it just had a scummy feeling.
Right out of the gate, it seems to just have that manipulative mobile game feel about it. You know that feeling.
Everything about this game feels off. It's like I'm watching an App Store ripoff of PvZ.
It's like you're watching one of those really bad mobile ads. It looks exactly like one of those really bad mobile ads. 100%.
As a result, it's still in development 5 years after its first alpha launch.
So, it took 7 years to make it. And 5 years addition to that. And it's still not done. Yeah, that game is never releasing. That game is never releasing. That game is never releasing.